friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. I'm really excited about today's video. I played with the new Queen palette from the Juvias x Fumi collab. Oh, it looks like this in case you haven't seen it. It's the cutest 6-pan palette ever. I just adore it. It's so Valentine's-y. I love these colors together. I think it's really fun. I'm very inspired by it and I loved playing with it. I also tried to do a full face of Juvia's Place makeup. There was only a couple products that I had that weren't Juvia's Place just because they don't make them. But for the most part, my whole face is Juvia's Place and I really like how my makeup came out today. So let's just get into it. At the very end, I will give you some more thoughts on the products I used, but let's just do some makeup. All right, hello, I'm ready to dive in. I'm gonna tuck this wig behind my ears and expose all my secrets. It makes it look like my eyebrows are so dark. Like it looks like I filled them in crazy dark, but I just use a brow gel. This is just my natural brow color. But in comparison to this wig, they are dark, but I love that look. I think it's really fresh. So we're gonna aim to do a full face of Juvia's Place. It's not 100% gonna be Juvia's Place because like I don't have a primer, didn't have brow products, things like that. There's gonna be a couple things here and there that aren't. But for the most part, I'm only gonna use Juvia's Place to do my whole face. I did already prime with the e.l.f., what's this called? Poreless Putty primer. I've been using this every day and I'm obsessed with it. It's easily my favorite primer ever, but that's been sitting on my skin for a few minutes. And I'm gonna skip foundation because I didn't order their foundation. I knew that that matte one would not work for me. I do not like matte foundations, but we're just gonna use concealer. So we're skipping foundation today. This is a fat little concealer. Like this is the e.l.f. one. It's so much more fat. And the e.l.f. one's a fairly fat one as well. But I got the shade 23. I think this one was described as a fair skin with neutral undertones, and that is me. So that's what we're going with. I'm scared of this not working, especially because the e.l.f. camo one gives me trouble. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do little parts at a time. I'm gonna work in sections because I don't know how fast this dries. And I also don't know how much to use. So we're just gonna see. I'm using my Juno & Co sponge, the microfiber sponge. I'm obsessed with it. I've actually been lazy and not using my sponge lately. I've just been using brushes. But with a new product, I'm fairly certain that the sponge is going to be my best bet. Actually looks quite nice. That brightens up nicely. And it blends very creamy. It doesn't look too thick. There's construction going on right outside my window again. So if you hear banging, just ignore it. I can't do anything about it. I'm just going to do this half of my face first so we can kind of see a comparison. I have a decent amount of breakouts. It always happens on this cheek when I'm getting my red friend every month. Beautiful. So we're just going to blend all that out. I'm actually super impressed with the way this looks. It blends really nice. It looks like skin. I'm not mad at it, and I like it because to me at least, it doesn't seem like 100% full coverage. It's more like medium to full, which I kind of prefer. I don't like 100% full coverage. And on days that I'm wearing just concealer, I actually prefer that a little bit more, just because I don't want it to look like I just have concealer plastered all over my face, you know? I know I haven't even finished my full face, but so far, depending on how it wears and how things layer on top of it, I could see this becoming like a new favorite concealer. I really like the consistency of it. And I like that I don't have to use a ton, because I love the Makeup Revolution one, but that one is, it takes a lot to build it up. And like I said, I don't need full coverage, but sometimes that Makeup Revolution one I have to use quite a bit because it just does not go very far. But this blends really well. It's similar to Tarte Shape Tape in the sense that you don't need a ton of it, but it's way creamier. It doesn't seem to dry down super fast, which I like, because then it gives you more working time. I really like this, actually. I think that looks really pretty. I guess we're gonna set the face now. I'm skipping cream bronzer, skipping cream blush, all that cream stuff I normally do because Juvia's Place doesn't have those, so I want to try to keep this Juvia's Place. And now we're going to move on to the powder. I got the White Sands Magic Setting Powder because it was the lightest one. It was more of like the translucent-y light people one. I don't know how much we're gonna need of this. Oh, it looks so yellow. I hope it doesn't look yellow on the skin or I'm gonna be sad. So I'm just tapping some of that off and I'm just gonna lightly start dusting it. This is a Luxie, I don't even know, 522. The name is pretty rubbed off. It's described as a tapered highlighting brush, but I don't use it for that. I like to use this to set my under eyes. I'm gonna take this big Morphe brush now. It's a G7. I don't even remember when I got this brush. Just gonna lightly set the rest of my face, especially because I am gonna blend like bronzer and stuff like that. And I'm just doing a light little coat because again, I've never used this before, so I don't want to go too hard. Up close, it looks okay. It's a little matte, but I mean, it is a setting powder. I didn't expect it to look dewy. My skin feels very velvety, actually. I always like to kind of lightly touch my face to make sure it doesn't feel sticky anywhere. I mean, I think that looks good. I really need to reapply more clear brow gel because my brows aren't standing anymore. I like them to be a little more fluffy. This is the NYX Control Freak Brow Gel. I just got it and used it for the first time yesterday. I like it. I think I like it more than the ColourPop one. I like how big the wand is too. So I want to use the Queen palette for as much as possible, but I don't think any of these would work as a bronzer because I want to use this one as a blush. So we're going to dip into one of my other Saharan blush palettes. I think I'm going to dip into the Saharan 2 and take Yana to use as a bronzer. It might be a weird shade on me. We will see. I'm using the BH Cosmetics No. 1 brush from the Color Festival collection. I love this blush palette. I wanted it for so many years, but always made excuses not to get it, and then one of you guys gifted it to me. Actually, I got both of these gifted to me from you, and you're so sweet, and now they're one of my favorite products ever. I think I like No. 2 more than No. 1 just because there's lighter shades that work better for me, but I love both so much. Like the Volume 1, I love this Zane shade, not just because it's my fiance's name. I love how cute this orange is, and these are just really cool shades. They make a really cool eyeshadow palette. I really need to use these little blush palettes as eyeshadow palettes sometime. Ooh, I just added a lot right there. That's okay, we'll blend it. This is a perk of not gluing down my wig. I don't have to worry about having to not be able to lift it out of the way. And I didn't want to be wig cat Betty Jean for this whole video, since I knew we were doing more than just an eye look. It's 1000% not the best bronzer shade for me at all, but we're just gonna pretend and make it work. I'm just gonna take my powder brush that I was just using just to kind of dust over this. I'm using pretty light pressure. Just trying to mute it a little bit. Now dipping into the Queen palette, I want to take Sister to Sister to use as a blush. I love this art right here. I just think adding that little Queen of Hearts card was such a cute idea. I'm going to take this Morphe E4. Just going to dip into that and start with my nose. I always blush my nose. I don't care if it bugs you because I think it's cute. You don't have to do it. I like to just focus on the tip and then just kind of fade it out as we get to the sides. I like to take the leftover a little bit on my chin. And then I'm just going to start tapping some of that blush. And I've actually been changing my blush placement a little bit ever since I saw Lauren May Beauty's video about, what was it called? Blush draping. She had it very much focused more out here rather than through here, and I actually really liked it. So I've just been trying something new. I think it's pretty. Ooh, and this blush color is really cute. It's making the bronzer situation look a lot better, in my opinion. But I'm also the person that would probably be fine with skipping bronzer and just use blush instead for everything. I love that this is marketed as like a multi-use palette to be able to use for face and eyes, because I'm the person that'll use eyeshadows as blushes all the time. So I don't know, it's really cool because, I don't know. I just like it. Now I do feel like I got sloppy with my powder, so I am going to try to bake a little bit underneath my bronzer situation. So I'm just going to take some more of that powder in the cap, going to dip my sponge directly in it, and just kind of stamp it underneath. I do not bake very often. It's very rare. I never bake under my eyes because I'm too dry for that. And I only bake under my like bronzer if I got sloppy. And I don't know if this will be good for that. We're finding out together. I never really do videos specifically testing out powders and concealers, so just trying to hit up all the points I possibly can for you. Now, before I go into highlight, I like to do my fake freckles first. Again, if this is something you don't like, you don't have to do it. But I've been using the Freck Freckle product. I wish so bad it was bigger than this. I feel like I'm gonna run through this so quick. But I just take it and I'm just gonna do some little dots. And then after they've sat for a second, I like to tap them out because that's the point of it. That's how you make them look more natural, so to speak. I actually feel like I want to be pretty heavily freckled today. I want them all over my nose, all over my forehead. So again, if fake freckles bother you, just don't do it. Oh, I love this Freckle product so much. I think it's so cute. And again, I don't care if this looks like too much for you. I think it's pretty. So now I'm going to dust away this bake. Just going to use my blush brush because I like to just, I don't know, I like to use kind of the back end of it. I think that looks pretty okay actually. And now I look more clean on the bottom. For highlight, I want to try to use this FDV approved shade. I'm going to try it on my like lip and nose first because I don't want it to be too dark. Oh, that's going to be pretty. I think that's going to be perfect actually. Little on the bridge. I like to do more on the bridge and less on the tip. I do like some on the tip. I'll just take kind of the leftover to dust across like my forehead. I don't like my forehead to be too highlighted. And then take it on my cheekbones. I feel like I look so cute and sun-kissed right now with all these freckles. Ugh, I feel so myself with freckles. My wedding isn't for like a year almost, but I'm debating if I'm gonna do freckles for it or not. I don't know. I feel like I probably won't, just because I want to be able to look at it years from now and like it regardless of what makeup I do. But I just love it. I think it's so pretty. So, I mean, that's it for the face. I'm going to go ahead and spray my face. This is the Tarte Ready Set Radiant Mist. Again, not a Juvia's Place product, but they don't have a setting mist. I don't even really use sprays for the purpose of trying to make my makeup last longer. It just helps the powders kind of melt into my skin and things just look more glowy and fresh. So let's work on the eyes now. I actually have a vague idea of what I want to do. I think I want this red mostly in the outer portion of my eye, lower lash line and outer portion, including the outer lid. I'll blend it out with Sister to Sister, and I want this Adrian all in the inner portion and just kind of blend it in with the red. And then maybe 7 kind of in the lower lash line, and then with this one popped in the inner corner. I won't really be using this shade. I just don't really feel like using that shade today. I want to really let the mattes kind of do their thing. I love Juvia's Place's formula so much, so I'm really excited to play with this. I think it's going to be really cute. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eye with the Sigma eyeshadow base in Ignite. I could just prime my eyes with concealer to keep it all Juvia's Place, but I haven't used concealer to prime my eyes in a long time. It used to work very well for me, and I'm sure it still would be fine, but ever since I started using an actual base like this, I don't know, I don't feel like I can go back. It's one of those products I never wanted to ever spend money on, but now that I have, I don't think I can stop. Same with Freckle products. I never thought I would actually buy a Freckle product, but here we are. My ears always look so funny with my wig tucked. I got little dopey ears. So I'm gonna start by taking Ooh, I don't know how to pronounce that. With that, I'm going to take this Luxie 207. It's kind of angled. I want to just kind of load this red on my brush, and I'm just going to start kind of packing it in this outer corner. Ooh, it's so pretty. And under my lower lash a little bit. I'm excited to do a 3-Looks 1 palette with this because even though it's only 6 shades, I feel like I'm very inspired by it. I feel like there's so many things you could do. I'm dying to do a 2-tone look with like red on one eye and purple on the other. I know a lot of you don't love 2-tone looks, but I love them. I think it's so cute. So this is kind of what I'm feeling with the red. I just wanted it kind of on half of my eyeball. And now I want to take Sister to Sister, and I'm just going to take this fluffy brush from SL Miss Glam. I got it in BoxyCharm forever ago. It has some green staining on it, but it's a clean brush. I just washed my brushes. And I'm going to take that and start blending out this edge. You could totally blend the edge with the pink, but I didn't really want this to look pink in the outer corner. I wanted it to look as red as possible, which is why I'm going for more of that peach to blend it out. Same with the lower lash. Just blending everything. Juvia's Place mattes usually blend pretty well, so I'm not too concerned with this not blending nicely. Really, I wasn't really concerned about this palette at all. I had a feeling it was going to be just flawless. I'm really proud of Fumi. I didn't know who she was prior to this collab, but I just think she's very inspiring. She's doing amazing things. She's so beautiful, and just inspiring is the best word I have for her. So congratulations, Fumi. Not that you're ever going to watch this video, I'm sure, but I just think it's really cool. Gonna take the back side of my sponge to tap in this outer corner because I like to do that sometimes to help soften it even more. I like this. I think that's pretty. And now for the inner portion, I want to take Adrian, that purple. It's so cute. I'm going to take this eyeshadow brush, the Spectrum A08, but any eyeshadow brush will do. And I just want this packed on the inner portion of my eye. including the inner crease, inner lid, everything like that. I like this shadow brush specifically because it is a little fluffier, like you can see it kind of blends. So I'm able to kind of blend this shade in the crease while also packing it on. And I just want this to be a nice little merge between purple to red. I almost want you to not be able to tell if I was going for more purple or more red, you know? Gonna grab a little more red now and just start kind of sweeping right where they meet. And I'll go back in with the purple brush and I'll just keep kind of going back and forth until I like the effect. And I'm already kind of liking it. I think that's quite pretty. I'm just gonna take that SL Miss Glam brush again, no additional product, just to make sure this inner edge is blended, but it all blended really nice and easy. And now for that lower lash line, I'm just gonna take 7. And I'm gonna take this little pencil brush from Morphe. It's an E18. I'm just going to run that right in the very front. I don't want this to go crazy. And again, I want this one, like the lower lash line, where you can almost not tell, like, was I going for pink? Was I going for red? Who knows? This is the perfect Valentine's palette. I love pinks and reds and purples together. I think it's just really cute. I don't know, I just think this is a cool color story. You don't really see palettes with this kind of scheme too often. Like you might see a pinky red palette, you might see a pinky purple palette, but I feel like you don't really see all three together too often. And now for the inner corner, I want to take that FDV approved. Did I say it right? Yes. I'm just taking this tiny Morphe brush. It's a Morphe M213. I'm just gonna pop it right there. Ooh, it's so bright, I love it. Cool, cool. For my I don't know what I want in my waterline. I think I want to go with this purple from LA Girl. It's a lip liner. It's in the shade Vivid. I think that might be cute with this look to kind of just go with the purple. I got asked recently if these lip liners stay in my waterline pretty well, and honestly they do. I don't really have too many issues. And one of you also informed me that the lip liners are listed on their site like with the eyeliners, so you can use them as both according to them, which is cool because I was doing it anyway. But I like this look. I think it's really pretty. I like it with my freckled skin. I just feel like my makeup looks cute today. I'm gonna do the other eye, throw on my lashes, and then I have this gloss from Juvia's Place. It's from the same collection and it's in the shade Royalty. I didn't get the other gloss because I knew I wouldn't wear it, but this new gloss is really cute. So I'm gonna put this gloss on and we'll chat. This is the final look. What do you think? I really like it. I feel very cute. I like it with this wig. I like it with my freckles. I love the color of this gloss. It's very pretty. It's called Royalty. I don't know if I said that earlier. It's a very pretty color. Not sure if it's my favorite formula. It's very thick, like very thick. I prefer more of a very light, glidey gloss that's more... I like sheer glosses with glitter. I don't use opaque glosses too often, which could be why it's very thick because it's supposed to look very opaque, but it reminds me of like a liquid lipstick that has gloss to it. It's not necessarily a bad thing, I just don't know if it's my favorite, but I do like the color a lot, so will I wear it some more? Who knows? I definitely will be playing with this palette some more. I will be doing a 3 looks 1 palette very soon. I asked on my Instagram stories if you would rather see a 3 looks 1 palette first with that palette or the Lime Crime Venus Vivids, and you guys voted, an overwhelming amount of you voted for the Venus Vivid. So that one will be first and this one will be after that. I can't wait to play with it some more and give it some more love, and there's a hair in my face. So as far as the concealer goes, I really like it. Like I said, I don't know how it wears yet, but so far I think it looks really good. I think my skin looks nice, so I'm gonna keep using it, see how it wears. If I like it, you guys will continue to see me using it. And same with the powder. So far I like it. I don't know if it's my favorite powder. The Cover FX one still might be my favorite, or the ColourPop, but I mean, so far I like it. I'll keep playing with it and see what happens. And yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. I had fun creating this look. I hope you guys liked it. Do you guys have this palette? Do you want this palette? I want to chat with you guys about it. Let's talk. What do you think? If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day, and don't forget to subscribe here. I post most days as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.